Hello, I'm Sasha, DogRook cynologist, and today I prepared for you the topic how to correctly measure the temperature of your dog. Dog's temperature is measured simply by inserting a thermometer into the anus. For this purpose, it is optimal to use an electronic thermometer, since it will give a result in just a few seconds, but you can also use a regular one. Unfortunately, there is no more pleasant way to check if your pet has a temperature. A warm nose is not a sign of illness. A symptom such as a warm nose doesn't always indicate that the animal is unwell. First, it is perfectly normal for the nose to warm up when the animal is asleep. In turn, a dry, cracked nose often indicates some kind of illness. It is quite possible that the dog has a cold, is under stress, or has an infectious disease. Plus, it's not surprising if animals' noses get warm on hot days. It is worth mentioning that with age, the glands which are responsible for the production of moisturizing substances gradually lose their working capacity, and therefore in completely healthy but old animals the nose is constantly dry and warm. By the way, with a dry nose, a dog doesn't distinguish smells so expressively, therefore this circumstance affects the loss of scent in old age. Thus, a dog's nose is normally wet and even red. However, a change in the state of the nose in animals does not in itself mean that they are not healthy. In order to rule out an infectious disease in the case of a dry nose, it is best to measure the temperature at home. How to measure temperature at home? The procedure to find out if your dog is sick is quite simple. To carry it out, it is enough to have a simple mercury thermometer and a cream, an ordinary child's one, which need to process the narrow part of the thermometer, where the mercury is located. Then the narrow part of the thermometer is carefully inserted into the anus of the animal and gently pressed against the wall of the rectum from any side. To measure the temperature of the dog, it is pre-combed and stroked during the entire procedure, talking to it affectionately. If the pet protests with all his might and breaks free, it is required to keep him together. The measurement itself with a mercury thermometer lasts 3 minutes, while the electronic one will give a signal when it can be taken out. Normally, the body temperature of a dog is 37.5–38 degrees Celsius. After reviewing the result, thoroughly wash the thermometer using disinfectants. At the end of the procedure, take the animal in your arms and calm it down. If possible, treat it with a treat or give a toy. If the temperature is above 40 degrees, in 98% of cases, this means that the pet is sick. To determine the disease, it is the best to take the dog to a veterinary clinic where the veterinarian will conduct an initial examination of the animal, prescribe tests, and of course help with advice on how to treat the animal. We remind you that a timely visit to a veterinarian will avoid serious consequences and save your money. After all, the disease is easier to treat at the initial stage than to save the animal when time is lost. Take care of yourself and your pets. With love to your dogs, DogRook.